Good morning, welcome to Mountain Bar Outdoors. The time is about 20 to 6 in the morning. We're off on a little adventure. I promised you I was going camping with Joe and a couple of other friends. Today's the day. Joe wants to leave at 6:30 this morning. Makes sense, it's a bank holiday. I'm whispering because the other half's in bed. So the car's loaded up and we've got the bag. It's an infantry Bergen's, one of those big 120 litre jobbies with the zip off side pouches and all the rest of it. Yeah, I filled it up. It's not too heavy, it's got everything I need apart from the beer. Obviously we need the beer, don't we? It's a camping trip. So I'm going to go and pick Joe up in a little bit. He said 6:30. Be interesting to see if he's out of bed. So I'll see you shortly, and then we'll get going. Right, so we've made it to Joe's house. We've just loaded my car today. Wow, about as full as it's going to get. So we've got some roofing grate tent that Zelda's decided to bring with her. So we got to put that somewhere. Joe's looking optimistic. Gazebo as well. I don't know where we're going to fit all that. So we're just going to load the car up and then we're going to hit the road. On our way down to Exmoor. Should be open, mate. Yeah, so good luck.
Oh, there's space in the top.
Oh, if you can get it in there. Yeah, so we'll just finish doing our little Tetrisy thing with this, and then we'll try and get on the road. So I'll see you shortly. Okay, so we've driven about 77 miles. We're now on the Jurassic coast. Joe's still intact.
I'm still here.
We're all good. We had a couple of hairy moments coming down a couple of hills. Driving up Porlock Hill, we had second gear, and then we had to smash it into first because it is extremely steep. And I'm driving a 1.4 diesel, so if you've got a litre car, you might want to sort of detour around Porlock Hill. It is a pig. Look at the view though, guys. We're just waiting for the rain to bugger off because obviously we want to put the tents up. It is supposed to be a little bit wet this weekend, so we're going to make our way down to the campsite, go and see if we can pay, and then try and find a nice spot to pitch up. We're here, but should we have come? We've arrived to this. It's raining like a good one. There is some blue sky on the horizon. We've just decided to hide in the car like a pair of wusses until the rain eases off. Then we're going to try and put the tents up.
Coffee though.
Coffee. We have coffee. We're all happy. So yeah, you probably can't see it, but off in the distance there's some DB campers. They're packing up to go home, so we're going to nick their spot 'cause it's nice and tucked up out the way. So once they've buggered off, we can look at moving ourselves up there. As you can see, the car is pretty damn full. It's been like driving a transit coming down. I can see out the back, no dramas. Been down to a few old country roads. Porlock Hill was an absolute pain in the ass. Got up it. I mean, I don't think I'd have done it in my other half the car. It's got 1 litre, but it's a 1.4 diesel, so we're okay. So we're just going to sit, hold tight, and then we're going to go set ourselves up. So see you shortly. So this is us at Cloud Farm. We've managed to get this little offshoot of land. Joe's just down there picking up some rocks. Make yourself useful. So yeah, the weather's not looking fantastic. We've had a bit of rain trying to put the tent up, but we sort of got there in the end. We're a little bit wet, but we're here. So this is Joe's tent. He's got the blue one with all the food and bits and pieces in it. We've got our fire pit ready later on. We brought some logs with us. This is my tent then. This is a Giller Solo. So it's a one-man tent. It's about as close as you're going to get to being buried alive, I think, this thing. I bought it originally for a bike trip down to Cornwall. It's alright. So there's not much room in there, and what you will find, if you can see through the thing, that is your space. So you can literally get in, sleep and get out, and there's obviously a little space in there you can put things if you want to keep the rain off them. I've bought the car, so we're okay. So I bought this one because it's easy, or relatively easy to put up. You do have to make sure everything's dead tight on it, otherwise you're going to end up with a mozzie net in the face all night. So Joe's doing a sterling job of setting up our fire pit.
Ancient Celtic tradition.
Yes.
Hoping to summon some evil spirits.
The farmer said he'd come around with some logs later on, but he charges like 10, 12 quid a bag. I think Joe and the guys picked him up cheaper than that, so
B&Q.
we're good. Yeah, one thing to bear in mind if you do come down there is there's country lanes, and some of them are quite steep, and there's very little room to pass. So just be aware and keep your speed down. So it's starting to spit again. we're going to get ourselves set up, and then hopefully a few other people might start turning up, and the fun can commence. So we shall see you shortly. They've arrived, Zelda, Dave and Lel, and they brought a big tent, which is just what we need because it's been raining pretty much constantly all afternoon. So I'll introduce you to the crew. We've got Joe, we met earlier, we've got Zelda, Lel, and we've got Dave. They're all part of Mountain Bear's crew, friends, and they just saved our bacon by bringing a huge tent that we can all sit in, so it's happy days. Zelda's got a request. She bought me a tool she wants me to test out whilst we're here. I don't know where it's in my pocket. Most all my other junk. It is a Bushcraft Commando wire saw. So we're going to give that a test later on and give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Yeah, we'll just see where the night takes us. I haven't even thought about food yet, but we've got plenty of lager, so we should be alright for now. So we'll just see what happens as the night unfolds. Okay, the rain's eased off for 5 minutes. We managed to get a fire going. We did use some of this alcohol fuel starting stuff. Seems to be working a treat. We got a bit of kindling and we just stacked it up crisscross fashion, trying to keep it off the wet grass. So Joe's done a sterling job with the firework there. So hopefully the rain eases off or stays off long enough so we can get some food on the go. Otherwise we're going to have to resort to eating each other, I think. Fingers crossed. We have flames. So the rain's been hitting us hard, pretty hard for a few hours now. The fire we've managed to keep going. Fair play to Joe, he's been stood in front of the fire with a an umbrella, and we're now doing some burgers on the fire. We've got some fluffy clouds away in the distance. Hopefully things improve. Otherwise we're in for a bit of a waterlogged weekend. We've got everything we need. We're on a slope so the water shouldn't get to us too badly. We have tents, we have ketchup, we have some beer. So this isn't a typical day out for Mountain Bear because we've got all the mod cons with us. We've got a tent, cooker, water, all the supplies we need. So we should be okay. It's just about trying to keep comfortable at this point. So we're going to wait for the burgers, which look amazing, by the way. Yeah, so we're going to have a look at the Commando wire saw that Zelda purchased earlier on. I think I might test it out on Joe's windbreak.
It's not mine, Zelda.
Zelda, is your windbreak dead? We're going to go with the yes. It looks like a solid piece of wood, so I think that's a fair test for the Commando wire saw. So we'll try and trim the tip off of it, or so maybe we can always sharpen up the point and reuse the windbreak. So we'll go for that later on. That's the BCB Commando wire saw. As always, I like to try and do a product review within my videos. In terms of equipment today, I've got the Helicon Tex Patriot Fleece. The large bulge there is one of those Mac in a sack things. It's okay, packs down small, no real concerns. So as always, we've got the para boots on, German para boots. The brolly is Joe's. I don't own a brolly. The tent, the horrible tent, which I may not use. I may camp in Zelda's porch because it's much easier and I can actually spread out without getting myself soaking wet. I think that tent is probably destined for the bin when I get home because I'm getting, well, let's be fair, I'm not getting smaller by the day, am I? So I might get rid of the tent. It's been well used, so it's had a good life. So I've got the more companion clipper. I've also got, if I can just fish it out, that's one good thing about the Helicon Tex jackets is they've got multiple pockets. So I've got a very cheap AAA flashlight from Aldi, very cheap, around the £2.50 mark. I've also got my old Victorinox lockback. I can just flick the blade up for you quickly. It's a bit difficult trying to do these things and film at the same time. So I've had this a few years. I've had this since I was around about 18. I'm 33 now, so about 12 years. It's been well used and abused, as you can see from the state of the edge. It is still very sharp. We've got, let's have a look. We've got a can opener, bottle opener, a couple of screwdriver tips. That is pretty much your lot, apart from the wood, if I can get it out. We've got a wood saw there, along with my old army number engraved onto the blade.
No.
No frills, no messing about. This just stood the test of time. This has had 12 years of service. It's put up with all sorts, so I really can't complain at the price point. I think I paid around £30 for this 12 years ago. Solid, very easy to use. Not UK legal as it is a locking blade. It is over 3 inches. I will do your review when I get back home. My other half bought me a Victorinox XLT, which is the larger version of the Swiss Champ with all the cyber tool attachments, bit driver and so on and so forth. So I will be reviewing that when I get home. There are 1 or 2 reviews, but I really like to put my spin on things and give you a desktop review of the Victorinox XLT when I get back home. So we'll keep going with the old cooking, and if anything else crops up in the near future, I'll make sure to get it informed for you. In the meantime, I'm going to go and get myself a beer. We're on holiday. We'll go chill out. So I'll see you shortly. So the fire's going alright. Joe's just chucked some, what's it called, Joe?
Magic fire.
This is called Magic Fire. It's a little sachet of dust that you chuck on. You get some really cool flame effects. Looks even better in slow-mo. So everybody's rocked up. We've now been joined by Alex and Dani. So we've pitched their tent as well. So it's like proper Camp Bastion at the moment. I don't think it's going to go neatly back into his bag on Sunday because it's going to piss down the rain. So I'm going to launch it into the car and fuck the consequences. I'll deal with it later on. So yeah, tomorrow we're probably going to go out for a bit of a wander and I'll show you around the countryside and whatnot. For now I'm getting a face full of smoke and I'm just going to carry on drinking and see what happens. So we'll see you in the morning. Good night from Mountain Bear. Okay, so it's the following day. My tent did end up going in the bin. I tried really hard to pick it out straight. I still got soaking wet. I ended up on Zelda's porch of her tent. My tent has gone in the bin this morning. I'm not sorry to see it go. It's been a pain from day one. It's been extremely uncomfortable. So I took great pleasure in cramming it into the bin this morning. So the weather is due to turn pretty nasty tomorrow. So today I decided to pack my gear and return back home. It is a bank holiday weekend. The traffic is starting to get busy already. So the guys decided to stay down there and they're going to chant their hands, see how they get on in the morning. It's supposed to be extremely wet tomorrow. So good luck to them. I didn't get a chance to do the commando wire saw test. That will be coming shortly. So my name's been Keith from Mountain Bear Outdoors. I hope you've enjoyed our little venture down to Cloud Farm, Exmoor in Devon. And any comments and suggestions, they're always welcome as per usual. So Mountain Bear, I will see you soon. Best wishes.